Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. And my name is Paul Wilson, and today I come to you with a little bit of code um, to give a preface. Basically, I was reading around the web, and I was interested in like how we can scrape information off the web into an Excel spreadsheet. And I went around the internet and looked at different methods and different things like that, and then I figured out something that I could do is I want to scrape cryptocurrencies from Yahoo. So essentially, what I did was um, I figured out this code. Um, it's pretty simple. Actually, like you can find this code online, and what we do is we declare our objects and everything like that. And then we create with the object, like some of the objects that we're creating, like if you notice up here, we have HTML file and you have stuff like the create object, MS, XML, and XML, HTTP. All right, so what I did here was I loaded my web page that I wanted to get the cryptocurrencies from. And basically, let's take a look at that page. Um, the data is here in this table. And then if we, let me see, I have the inspect elements page up and I'm just looking around in it, you know, and it looks pretty complex. But the one thing that I like about this elements inspector is that you can like point out the different elements on the page that you are interested in. So in this case, this code that I discovered works right out of the box. Only thing I had to change really was the URL. And apparently the table information is correct in it. So what's going to happen is I'm going to load a blank book. That's what we have right now. And when I run the code, it's going to pull that data. So I don't have a button for it right now. So I'm going to have to use my window, my developer window. And before I run through the code, I want to talk about what the code does. Um, we put our web page in there. It's going to fetch the response text, and it's going to end the with. Then with ODOM, which is an object, the object that we are looking to get is the table, I guess. So and apparently it's table 0, but you can go in and let me tell you, first of all, like looking at this is like looking at Japanese. I don't get in. This is like some serious page coding. But you get a general idea of what is what by looking at this part of the page, the elements part of the page. So it's going to look at rows, it's going to look at columns, and it's going to print out each piece of data for each column, and it's going to go to the next row. So we got ODOM as object, and that's our web page, our web page table. That's what we're getting. Um, then I want to redim the data from one to rows length, from one to cells length. So that means it gets everything in that table. And then For each cell, we have data XY, which is O cell enter text. So yeah, I mean it's simple but yet complex type of script. Um, and then it just goes on. It just does this for each row of data, runs through this loop. Then we end the with, and then it puts out my data by identifying the sheet, the cell reference, U-bound. And real quick, let's take a look at what U-bound is. I'll say here, U-bound VBA. U-bound function is used with the L-bound function to determine the, haha, very funny. Um, it returns the highest subscript for a dimension of a supplied array. All right, so I could take that. So what does it mean in VBA? You use this to loop through all the elements in the array. So we have to loop through all the elements in the array in order to get our table. So since we, so that's what's going on there. And then this value equals our data. So in a nutshell, I don't know if I explained it as well as one would, but the whole idea was just to get a general idea of what was going on with the code. And you could get this code off my webpage. All you would have to change if you want to modify it to do like, stocks or anything else like that, you would just modify the URL, look up the elements and determine the table, and then like it would do the rest for you. There are a lot more complex codes out there, and I've tried them, but like I was not impressed. I just ran into things that I couldn't even. But without further ado, let me set this up to run. All right. So I'll just, for the heck of it, we'll enter a button. We'll assign it to that, and then we'll call it fetch. All right. So are we ready? 1, 2, 3. Code is running, and there's our data. So you have everything that's listed in that table in my spreadsheet. Now, the beauty of this is you could combine more automated functions on top of that, and you can do all kinds of cool things with this data. Um, and that's really all I have for you guys today. Um, if anything, feel free to subscribe to the video, like, comment, share it with your friends, or whatever. And then go to the website for any other information, especially this code or this sort of thing. Thank you for your time and have a great day.